faithfully delivering value and interpreting great books from around the world. Hello, this is Sally Talking Books. Today, we're diving into the book, The Future is Faster Than You Think. The title directly reveals the book's theme, envisioning the future. How would you spend a day 10 years from now? The authors envision it like this. One day in 2030, you're having breakfast at home in Beijing, and the nutrients in this breakfast are tailored to your genetic traits, ensuring it's perfectly suited to your taste. You get up and head out, ready for a meeting with a company in Shanghai. Your AI assistant knows this schedule was arranged long ago. An autonomous vehicle is waiting for you. You get in, sit down, and the car takes off. Yep, this will be a flying car. And your smart assistant knows you slept less last night because it monitors your body metrics around the clock. At this point, it chooses to recline the seat and play some soft music to help you relax. This music is automatically generated based on your preferences, custom made just for you. The car takes you to the local Hyperloop station. This high-speed rail operating in a vacuum tunnel takes just 1 hour to reach Shanghai. When you exit the platform, the host's robot assistant is already waiting. It will lead you to the venue and introduce their company's newly developed lunar mining business. And, such a day often appears in various sci-fi movies. So, can these scenarios really come true? The author's answer is yes, they can be realized, and it only takes 10 years. Their firm stance comes from believing in the power of exponential technological convergence. The authors of this book are two Canadians, Peter Diamandis and Stephen Kotler. Diamandis holds a master's in aerospace engineering from MIT and a medical doctorate from Harvard, and has founded over 20 tech companies. In 2014, Fortune magazine named him one of the world's 50 outstanding leaders. As for Kotler, he is a New York Times bestselling author, twice nominated for the Pulitzer Prize, with works translated into over 40 languages. In The Future is Faster Than You Think, the authors look ahead 10 years, depicting how technological advancements will reshape our lifestyles and business models. Love, win. I'll explore 3 key questions to show you that exciting vision of the future. First, what is exponential technology convergence? Second, how will this convergence transform our lives? Third, what preparations should we make to embrace this future? First, let's discuss what exponential technology convergence means. According to the authors, any technology where power doubles while costs continuously decrease qualifies as exponential. Computer chips are the most classic example. Under Moore's famous law, chip performance doubles every 18 months, while equivalent computers become dramatically cheaper. Moore's law is so powerful, it spawned a running joke. Electronics start depreciating the moment you buy them. Nowadays, many technologies show similar traits like AI, robotics, nanotech, VR, and others. These technologies we constantly hear about are now developing exponentially, just like chips. But here's the crucial part. These once separate technologies are converging, the book's core concept. Exponential technology convergence. Take drug development. It's accelerating not just due to exponential biotech advances, but also because AI, quantum computing, and other exponential technologies are entering the field. Many hands make light work. Combining technologies ignites rapid breakthroughs. Let's examine flying cars to see how these exponential technologies converge. Back in the mid-20th century, predictions claimed flying cars would arrive by the early 2000s. Yet after 2 decades of the 21st century, flying cars remained elusive while the internet thrived. As tech investor Peter Thiel famously quipped, "We wanted flying cars, instead we got 140 characters." But now, things are changing. The authors believe flying cars will emerge within years, pioneered by ride-sharing companies. Uber plans to launch air taxi services in 2023. So, how do you actually build a flying car? In our minds, helicopters seem closest to flying cars, but helicopters have obvious drawbacks: extremely loud noise and significant safety risks. American basketball star Kobe Bryant tragically died in a helicopter malfunction. Helicopters are noisy and unsafe because they rely solely on one massive rotor for lift. If we replace that big rotor with a cluster of smaller rotors, the noise would reduce significantly. Plus, if one small rotor fails, the others can still maintain flight. To achieve this, experts designed a new electromagnetic motor that's extremely lightweight. It operates silently, but lower noise means lower power output, requiring multiple motors, working together to produce comparable lift to a large rotor. Building such motors requires technological convergence. Step 1. Use powerful machine learning algorithms for complex flight simulations to determine motor placement. Step 2. Rely on materials science breakthroughs to create components both lightweight and durable. Step 3. Update production processes. Designing this new machine requires building many prototypes to validate effectiveness. Traditionally, even one-off parts required custom molds, extremely time-consuming.
Now, with 3D printing, motors and rotors of any size can be directly printed, greatly accelerating R&D to find optimal designs.
Of course, building new motors isn't enough. They need perfect coordination, requiring more new tech. First, flying cars with 7 or 8 rotors can't be manually controlled individually.
After all, controlling one large rotor in current helicopters is already challenging, let alone multiple.
So we need high-performance chips with AI algorithms to coordinate multiple motors within microseconds. To monitor all rotor motors, we also need sensors processing gigabits of data instantly, GPS, laser positioning, advanced vision systems, etc. Of course, this flying car also needs a high-performance battery as its power source, otherwise it might stall mid-flight. We certainly wouldn't dare ride in such a car. From using AI and 3D printing to create new motors, to sensors and new batteries powering multi-motor flight, from this flying car example, we can clearly see technological convergence essentially means using different technical solutions to overcome specific challenges. These individual breakthroughs converge, ultimately enabling new products to emerge. But flying cars are just single products. The true power of technological convergence lies in its ability to completely transform industries or lifestyles. Part 2 discusses how exponential technology convergence will change our lives. To understand this disruptive power, we can focus on 3 keywords: efficiency, customization, and virtualization. Using these 3 keywords as anchors helps grasp the major trends in future business models. First, efficiency or extreme efficiency, where technology boosts productivity, which is easy to imagine. But when various exponential technologies converge, they'll bring unprecedented acceleration to human society. Future business models will save massive amounts of manpower, resources, and time. Let's examine retail to see just how dramatic this efficiency boost will be. First, manpower. Currently, we still browse websites, watch live streams, and read reviews before deciding to buy. Of course, this is already much more efficient than traditional market shopping.
But with AI advancements, you won't even need to browse products yourself.
You'll have an algorithmically simulated personal assistant. It knows all your needs. It tracks and analyzes whether you're running low on toilet paper or if the milk in your fridge is nearing expiration. Then, it automatically finds the best-priced stores online and orders your daily essentials.
Rest assured, this smart assistant won't collude with sellers for price discrimination. Meanwhile, sellers also utilize AI.
AI customer service never gets angry, is always online, and responds to needs 24/7. So in the future, commerce may no longer be human to human, but conversations between the seller's AI and the buyer's AI. At that time, when people go to shopping centers or malls, it's more to experience new products or services. Shopping has become a form of entertainment. This isn't just reducing manpower, it's directly eliminating it, thus greatly saving your time. The savings. Not just the time spent choosing products, but also the time for logistics and delivery. Thanks to the development of robotics technology, nowadays the entire supply chain network operates at lightning speed. with at least a dozen different delivery robots entering the market, like using micro-autonomous vehicles or flying robots for food delivery. Kende Valley is in 2018, Amazon's global logistics centers had approximately 45,000 warehouse robots capable of processing 366 orders per second. The advantage of robots is that as long as they have power, they can work tirelessly without rest. In this way, labor costs and time costs are significantly reduced, and physically, waste is minimized to the extreme. Zero waste. This again relies on 3D printing. Nowadays, 3D printing can cover most materials we use daily, like various plastics, metals, and fibers, and even beef patties can be 3D printed. In 10 years, retailers might just buy raw materials and directly print products, eliminating the need for stocking or inventory. More crucially, 3D printing can achieve almost 100% material utilization, thus eliminating scrap and waste. With such extreme efficiency in the future, you just say, I want to buy a set of clothes for spring. Then AI will analyze the latest fashion trends, design the most suitable outfit for you based on your real-time body data, automatically place the order. The nearest retail store will start a fiber printer to complete your order and then dispatch a drone to deliver it to you quickly. The entire process takes only half a day. You might notice that besides extreme efficiency, another point is that this clothing is custom made for you. This leads us to our second keyword, customization or personalization. Future business models will all be tailored for you, even making you feel like the whole world revolves around you. Customizing clothes is somewhat ordinary. Let's see how this trend will reshape the entertainment industry. In recent years, you might have noticed a trend. Passive media is fading away. Passive media refers to those with one-way information flow, like traditional TV programs and movies where you can only watch passively. In contrast, active media means two-way information flow. For example, interactive videos where options pop up during viewing. Your choices might affect the ending, or some series film weekly episodes while writing next episodes based on audience feedback. In active media, audiences have some voice, but this voice remains limited. So-called multiple endings are preset. The future will be different, though. AI has arrived, and powerful AI can now write stories independently. MIT Technology Review selected GPT-3 as one of 2021's top breakthrough technologies, the world's most advanced language processing algorithm. It contains 175 billion parameters, trained on trillions of words. What does this mean? Scholars estimate the human brain as an algorithmic model with about 100 trillion parameters. Though GPT-3 falls short of the brain, its language processing capability is immensely powerful. You can ask GPT-3 anything in casual language, and it'll generate solid responses. So, people tried using it for script writing. A professional writer starts the script, inputs it into GPT-3 for continuation. Surprisingly, GPT-3 excelled, creating the lawyer script, full of twists and a major reversal ending. But script writing is just one application. Meanwhile, machines are learning to read emotions. Facial expressions, gestures, eye contact, and vocal changes all convey feelings. In daily interactions, we naturally detect happiness or anger from these cues. And now machines learn this too. A startup developed emotion recognition tech for game companies to assess players' mental states through facial expressions. In thriller games, this tech can instantly detect if players are scared, deciding whether to ramp up the intensity. So, an ireless storyteller and a meticulous observer. Wow, combining these two could completely revolutionize entertainment. 10 years from now, when you want to watch a movie, you'll first put on a small helmet. Actually, it's an external EEG device designed to monitor your emotional fluctuations. While watching, scenes and music automatically adjust based on your emotions. The machine writes new plot lines in real time using your feedback. Every laugh or cry you make influences the story's direction. This movie belongs solely to you, keeping you fully immersed with nonstop intensity. Perhaps this is the true meaning of 1,000 readers, 1,000 Hamlets. Beyond extreme efficiency and personalization, virtual reality boundaries will blur, creating massive opportunities. The authors believe education will see virtualization's greatest leap. Macroscopically, education has two key metrics: quantity and quality. Quantity-wise, global educational resources are severely lacking. UNESCO estimates 1.8 billion children worldwide lack access to basic education. Quality challenges are equally dire. Our 18th century education system produces standardized talent, an industrial model. This outdated approach fails in today's complex world.
How to prepare young minds for the future? A critical concern for schools, teachers, and parents.
Addressing these challenges may require blending virtual and real worlds. Imagine a history class on ancient Egypt. Pharaohs, pyramids, tombs, all precious relics. Clearly, teaching at the pyramids would be incredibly effective. To do this, schools would need flight tickets, hotels, and chaperones for entire classes. Even ignoring costs, many key sites are off limits, denying students access.
But now we have virtual reality or VR technology to solve these problems.
For example, there's the famous Valley of the Queens, where Queen Nefertari of ancient Egypt is buried. To protect cultural relics, this tomb hasn't been open to the public for decades. In 2018, a company used precise 3D laser scanning to capture every corner of Nefertari's tomb and took thousands of high-resolution photos. Using this data, they reconstructed an extremely accurate virtual tomb by stitching together the photos. Now just put on a VR headset and you can freely explore the burial chambers, even approach the Queen's sarcophagus.
Examine the hieroglyphs up close. And this virtual heritage site allows many visitors simultaneously without interference.
An entire class can have this immersive educational experience at virtually zero cost.
Plus, with intelligent algorithms that answer any question fluently, the class becomes even more engaging. For instance, students visiting the ancient queen's tomb would find an antiquity scholar beside them explaining Egyptian history.
This personal guide is actually a virtual avatar created by intelligent algorithms. Or say you're taking an ancient Greek philosophy class. In the virtual world, you stroll through Athens when a white-robed, long-bearded elder greets you. Hello, I'm Plato. Let's discuss the Republic. While discussing VR, many also advocate AR, augmented reality, which overlays virtual information onto the real world, extending classrooms into physical spaces. In a few years, wearing AR glasses indistinguishable from regular ones, every walk could become a real-world lesson. Strolling Beijing streets. AR glasses introduce historical buildings, maybe even conjuring a scholar in traditional robes, sharing anecdotes. As VR, AR, and 5G become more affordable, global education will overcome severe teacher shortages. Those 200+ million out-of-school children could learn from the best teachers in virtual classrooms. All they need is electricity. Moreover, anyone willing can participate in learning, accessing the world's most cutting-edge or obscure knowledge anytime, anywhere through your AR glasses. Whether retail, entertainment, or education, these are still just the tip of the iceberg of the future world. In the book, the authors detail 8 major industries that will be disrupted by technological convergence. Besides these 3 mentioned, there are also advertising, healthcare, food industry, and more. Once you accept the author's view on exponential technology convergence, the third question naturally arises. That is, how should we embrace such a future? For this issue, the authors offer solutions from both personal and organizational perspectives. For individuals, the most important mindset to embrace the future is to maintain foresight. Simply put, the foresight the authors refer to is how far into the future we choose to look. From an evolutionary perspective, humans are actually a short-sighted species. Scholars estimate that humans' time horizon is only about 6 months. For our ancestors, this level of prediction was sufficient. A 6-month outlook ensured they thought about where to spend winter during summer. However, for us living in modern times, this time horizon is clearly insufficient for preparing for the future. At the same time, due to this short-sightedness, our thinking tends to be linear because in the long past, the world changed slowly, so using yesterday's tools to solve tomorrow's problems was still effective. However, technological progress is exponential, and technological convergence is constantly occurring. The authors estimate that the technological achievements we'll make in the next 10 years will match the progress of the past century. Recall that the 20th century saw countless great inventions: airplanes, plastics, computers, nuclear plants, the internet.
Inventions of equal magnitude will erupt in the next decade, filling our lives at a breathtaking pace.
To have enough foresight for this world, the authors suggest continuous education and lifelong learning just to barely keep up. As for organizations like companies or governments, evolving is essential to face the future, and agility is key to this evolution.
The author sharply points out that most organizational systems today were built in another era.
Imagine systems like bureaucracy, exam-oriented education, factories, assembly lines. Their success lies in scalability and stability, but in an exponential world, agility will trump stability. New era companies must learn to nimbly navigate future trends. Take Airbnb providing short-term homestay rentals, arranging stays for millions annually while owning 0 properties. In the future world, resource access trumps ownership. Agility also means rapid responsiveness. Here, Estonia sets a stellar example. With just 1.3 million people in an area triple Beijing's size, they pioneered e-governance early. 99% of public services are handled online at lightning speed. Their online government system bypassed traditional bureaucratic inefficiencies. Estonia estimates this saved civil servants 800 years of work time. To thrive exponentially, organizations must adapt and evolve. That concludes our book interpretation. Clearly, the author's a tech optimist, bursting with passion for the next decade.
His future vision paints a beautiful tapestry. But I must caution you, this future hides unknowns and risks.
Sobering reality. Sobering reality, mature far slower than imagined. Machine learning theory from the mid-20th century took 60-plus years for initial applications. Worse, some tech's downsides remain unseen. Inventions seeming flawless become double-edged swords. Plastic bags offer convenience but create massive environmental hazards. Unpredictable maturation cycles and potential negative effects. These will make exponential technology's development fraught with pitfalls. For instance, in the book, the author has high hopes for nanotechnology, believing all kinds of human diseases could be cured by specific nanomedicines. End the podcast. The emergence of advanced nanomaterials will bring about a great leap in the industrial sector. However, today, nanotechnology's development may not be as rapid as the author predicted. Many foundational theories and mass production strategies have progressed slowly after over a decade of exploration. Plus, while some nanomaterials perform excellently, their impact on biology and the environment remains unclear. If not careful, they might become the next plastic bag. Let's take an example. Carbon nanotubes, a nanomaterial developed 30 years ago, have extremely high strength and conductivity. In many cutting-edge fields, they have huge application potential, even promising to become the next generation chip material. Yet in 2020, due to carcinogenic risks, carbon nanotubes were officially added to an international hazardous chemicals list, becoming the first nanomaterial on it. Potential and risk coexist. That's the fate of most emerging things. In summary, multiple exponential technologies are advancing rapidly and converging quickly. We should maintain some vigilance towards the hidden dangers within them. Of course, we must also be well prepared for the immense opportunities and challenges that come with them. And I hope you and I won't be swept away by this fast-paced era, losing direction amidst the chaos, but truly master this roaring future.
Well, the future is roaring towards us.
That's it for interpreting this book. The reading notes are below the audio. See you next time.